Sri Gurubhyo Namaka children. Today we are going to see biozoology chapter 1 reproduction in organisms. In this chapter we are going to discuss about mode of reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. First we move on to introduction. Living organisms show a life cycle involving birth, growth, development, maturation, reproduction, and death. Living organisms, in the sense, the organisms have cell. It may be a single cell or multi cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organism. So this living organism shows life cycle involving birth, growth, development, maturation, reproduction and death. Reproduction is the fundamental features of all living organisms to produce their young ones. The young ones grow and mature and repeat this process again. Reproduction introduces variation in organisms which are essential for adaptation and evolution of their own kind. Once again, I am repeating, reproduction is the fundamental features for all living organisms to produce their young ones. The formed young ones, again, it grows and it mature and it reproduce, and this cycle continues. Reproduction introduces variation in organisms that are very essential for evolution of their own kind. Clear, children? Mode of reproduction. Living organisms exhibits two major modes of reproduction. One is asexual mode of reproduction, another one is sexual mode of reproduction. As we know, asexual mode means the reproduction by a single parent without the involvement of any gametes. Okay, once again I am repeating, reproduction by a single parent without the involvement of gamete formation is said to be or is called asexual mode of reproduction. The offspring which is formed or produced are genetically identical as that of the parent body. Once again I am repeating, the reproduction by a single parent without the involvement of gamete formation is asexual reproduction. The young one, that is the offspring formed or produced are genetically identical. Identical means same. It looks like a parent organism. Clear, children? Yes. Then asexual reproduction is usually by amitotic or mitotic division of somatic cells. Somatic cells means body cells. Hence, this type of reproduction is said to be somatogenic, that is blastogenic reproduction. Somatogenic or blastogenic reproduction. Once again, I am repeating, asexual reproduction is usually by amitotic or mitotic cell division of the body cells. Hence, this type of reproduction is called as somatic reproduction, somatogenetic or somatogenic or blastogenic reproduction. Clear? Yes. When two parents participate in the reproductive process involving two types of gametes, example, ova, that is egg and sperm. One is egg is a female gamete and sperm is a male gamete. The fusion of these gamete, that type of reproduction is said to be sexual mode of reproduction. Once again I am repeating, when two parents participate in the reproductive process involving two types of gametes, it is called sexual reproduction. Yes, next, asexual reproduction. It is more common in members of Protista. What is Protista? Protista is nothing but a eukaryotic organism. What is eukaryotic organism? The organism which have a well defined nucleus. The cells of this organism have a well organized nucleus as well as these cell organelles. That type of organism is said to be eukaryotic organism. So Protista is a good example for eukaryotic organism. So asexual method of reproductions are common in Protista. Bacteria, you know, it is a microorganism. It is prokaryotic. Prokaryotic means the organism, the cells do not have a proper nucleus. They have nucleus, they are not well defined. So hence it is said to be prokaryotic organism, bacteria. And the next one is archaea. Archaea is also nothing but bacteria like structure. It is a microorganism. It is a single cell microorganism. Archaea is a single cell microorganism. It looks like a bacteria. Okay, it is not able to see through our naked eye. It is microorganism. Both archaea and bacteria are prokaryotic, and Protista comes under eukaryotic. So asexual mode of reproduction is more common in members of Protista, bacteria and archaea, and also it is seen in some multicellular organisms. Clear? Example for Protista: amoeba, euglena, plasmodium. All these are the examples of Protista. Clear? Once again I am repeating that asexual reproduction is more common in members of Protista, bacteria, archaebacteria and in multicellular organisms with relatively simple organization. Multicellular organism with relatively simple organization. Okay? Yes. The different modes of asexual reproduction seen in animals are fission, sporulation, budding, gemule formation, fragmentation and regeneration. Once again I am repeating, organisms exist in two mode of reproduction. One is asexual mode and another one is sexual mode. Asexual mode means there is no involvement of other gamete. Okay, there is no involvement of gametes. This asexual mode of reproduction is more common in Protista, bacteria and archaea, and also in some multicellular organism with relatively simple organization. Clear? So next, different modes of asexual reproduction seen in animals are fission, sporulation, budding, gemule formation, fragmentation and regeneration. Fission. The word fission means division of parent body. Once again I am repeating, fission is nothing but division of parent body. So fission is the division of parent body into two or more identical daughter individuals. Identical means same daughter individuals. The formed daughter individuals are genetically identical as that of the parent body. Once again I am repeating, fission is nothing but division of parent body into two or more identical daughter individuals. Four types of fission are seen in animals. They are binary fission, multiple fission, sporulation, and stobulation. Once again, I am repeating. Four types of fission are seen in animals. They are binary fission, multiple fission, sporulation, and stobulation. Binary fission. Binary. Bi means two. The parent body is divided into two equal daughter individual. That is called binary fission. Clear? In binary fission, the parent organism divides into two equal halves and each half form a daughter individual. The resultant offspring, the resultant daughters are genetically identical to the parent organism. Depending on the plane of division, plane of fission, binary fission is of following types. Once again, I am repeating, depending on the plane of fission, fission is nothing but division. Depending on the plane of fission, binary fission is of following types. Simple irregular binary fission. It is seen in amoeba. Amoeba is a good example of irregular shape organism. Okay, it is a unicellular organism. The shape of the amoeba is irregular in shape. So this organism undergoes simple irregular binary fission mode of reproduction. It is seen in amoeba like irregular shaped organism where the plane of division is hard to observe. Why the plane of division is very hard to observe? Because the amoeba do not have a proper shape. Okay, see the diagram here. This is the shape of the amoeba, and this is called contractile vacuole, and this is called nucleus. The contractile vacuole cease. Cease means comes to function, come to function and disappear. So contractile vacuole come to function and disappear. The nucleoli, nucleus have nucleoli, disintegrate and the nucleus divides mitotically. The cell then construct. The cell then construct. Construct means a furrow takes place. The cell then construct in the middle. So the cytoplasm divides to form a two daughter cells. The formed daughter cells are identical to that of the parent organism. Once again I am repeating, the contractile vacuole comes to function and disappear. The nucleoli, it is present inside the nucleus. The nucleoli disintegrate and the nucleus divides mitotically. See, the division of nucleus takes place. The cell then construct, in the middle. So the cytoplasm divides automatically and forms a two daughter cells. Clear? Next, transverse binary fission. In transverse binary fission, the plane of division runs along the transverse axis of the individual. Transverse axis means this is the transverse axis. Transverse. Across. Transverse is nothing but across. Okay. So it is seen in paramecium. See the diagram here. In paramecium, macromolecules divides by a mitosis and the macronucleus divides by a mitosis and the micronucleus divides by mitosis. So see the diagram of paramecium. Two different nucleus is there. One is macro, another one is micro. So macro divides by a mitosis process, and then micro divides by micro nucleus divides by mitotic process, and finally two different individuals are formed. These formed individuals are identical as that of the parent organism. So transverse binary fission is nothing but the plane of division runs along the transverse axis. Transverse axis means this across, that is called perpendicular axis. Clear? The next one is longitudinal binary fission. In longitudinal binary fission, the nucleus and the cytoplasm divides in the longitudinal axis of the organism. Longitudinal means the line passing from the top to bottom, head to tail. It divides into two equal parts. See here, this type of binary fission is observed in Euglena. Clear? In flagellates, the flagellum is retained usually by one daughter. This is called flagella. It is retained by one daughter. The basal granule is divided into two, and the two new basal granule forms a flagellum in the other daughter individual. Example, Euglena. Once again, I am repeating. Longitudinal binary fission. It is seen in Euglena. The division takes place from the top to bottom. Clear? The longitudinal furrow takes place here and divides the organism into two equal parts. Finally, we are getting two daughter individual. The formed daughter individual are identical as to the parent organism. Clear? The next one is oblique binary fission. Oblique, in the sense, oblique means slanting. Okay, the plane of division is slanting plane. In oblique binary fission, the plane of division is oblique. Oblique means slanting. It is seen in ceratium like organism. Okay. Next we move on to multiple fission. The name itself you can understand, many number of organisms, daughter individuals are formed from the parent organism. Clear? In multiple fission, the parent body divides into many similar daughter cells are produced simultaneously. Okay. First, the nucleus divides repeatedly without the division of cytoplasm. Later, cytoplasm divides into as many parts as that of nuclei. Each cytoplasmic part encircles one daughter nucleus. This results in the formation of many smaller individuals from a single parent organism. See the diagram here. This multiple fission is seen in a Plasmodium. Multiple fission occurs in a Plasmodium, that too in Shishogont stage. The nucleus divide mitotically. Initially, there is no formation of cytoplasm division, and later on cytoplasm division also takes place and forms many daughter individuals. Okay, once again I am repeating. In Plasmodium, the multiple fission occurs in Shishogont stage and oocyte stage. When the multiple fission occurs in Shishogont stage, the process is called Shishogony, and the daughter which is produced are called merozoites. In oocyte stage, When the multiple fission occurs, it is called sporogony, and the daughter individuals are called sporozoites. Clear? So see the diagram of Plasmodium shishogont stage. The formed individual daughter individuals are said to be merozoites. Clear? Yes. Thank you, children. We will see in the next class.